to 4.
Organization.
Wrapping up the big.
Keep it steady, cause you win and you lose some. I've been running since the day I was born. I'm still working on my style and that new song.
How's it going, Liz? I'm Brandon.
I'm Gwen.
And welcome back to Broken Hearted Cast, where we talk about life, the universe, and everything in between. This week, we're going to be actually talking about, technically, the universe?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a important, historic date that's going to go up tomorrow, as of recording this and as of this going up. So it's a little bit late today. We woke up a little bit sick. Same with yesterday, and so it was a mess the past couple days.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Do you want to ask?
Yeah, what are we talking about today?
We're going to be talking about the Demo 2, the SpaceX launch tomorrow.
Oh, sweet.
Because it's very historic that the last time that a rocket has been launched here in America has, with astronauts and stuff in it, has been since 2011.
Oh, wow. Seriously?
Yeah, that was, I think, with Atlantis, actually.
Sweet. I didn't know it was that long ago.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either until, I was, looking up the stuff for this episode. I was just like, has it been that long?
I know there was a test launch back in, I gotta think what year that was. 16?
Yeah, that was
No, that was in 2016. I gotta think.
That was something completely different, I think.
No, that was a NASA space launch. I'm trying to remember what year it was. I think it was 2015.
That was probably just
Yeah, it was 2015.
go up to the International Space Station.
Yeah, I think it might have been, but
I remember that launch. That wasn't in America. That was somewhere else.
I thought it was from NASA. It was at 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I missed it, and, I went to one of my classes, and one of my, a couple of the people in my class had stayed up, all night so that they wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, well, we have launches all the time down in Florida and around America.
But I remember that being, a really special one. I can't remember what it was.
But this is a historic one because it has astronauts.
Yeah.
It's a big testing thing to see if we can use exactly, this style of rocket to get to the moon, to get to Mars, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, because I wasn't aware that the launch I'm talking about didn't have people in it.
Yeah.
Because for some reason I thought, I guess, I didn't realize that there's test launches constantly,
Yeah.
And that not all the time will they have people in them. Yeah. Most of the time there's no people in them. But for some reason I thought with this special one that was quite a few years ago that there were people in it, but I guess not.
Yeah, that and also, I love the new style that they're going for because it is SpaceX.
Yeah, it's very clean.
It's very sleek.
But sometimes the visual...
Jeez, thank you. The iPad touchscreen.
You're hitting it on the side of your finger.
Yeah. So, we're on the SpaceX website, and actually, sorry, a little fun fact before we get started. Yeah, because we went to NASA, and Atlantis is down there, the last space shuttle. And I didn't realize how long that's been there. Because I remember, going there for the very first time, in that building, and it's just man, this is awesome. And then, now it's, flashing back to me, man, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's you saw that a while ago.
Yeah. But here's what SpaceX has to say about the launch for tomorrow. SpaceX is targeting Saturday, May 30th, which is tomorrow, for Falcon 9's launch of the Crew Dragon's second demonstration, or Demo 2, mission from Launch Complex 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida, which we've been to. I've actually been to, kind of really close by where they're going to launch, so it's going to be that thing of I remember being there. This test flight with NASA's astronauts Bob Beckman and Doug Hurley on board the Dragon spacecraft will return human spaceflight to the United States. So that's also another reason why it's important.
Yeah. Because
we're finally getting back to that quote-unquote space race age of who's going to be the first.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very exciting because the last one that we had was 50 years ago. Well, 51 years ago now.
Jeez.
Because Apollo 11 celebrated its 50th anniversary last year.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, because we was there at Armstrong Air and Space Museum up in Wapakoneta. So it continues and says that the launch window opens at 3:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they're aiming for around that time. Also, if somehow Saturday does not work out, they're also going to try to do it on Sunday at the same time at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So you can tune in anyway to watch it, and you can even go on Facebook and watch it. Or Hulu's having it as well. Hulu's like broadcasting a special thing for it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, because with this whole pandemic thing, Hulu, not a sponsor, but like is giving more opportunities to let people watch the news and let people like experience stuff like that.
I know Hulu always did, I think it was ABC News?
Yeah.
It was either ABC or NBC News. They'd always do their nightly news. I think they have world news on there too, but I might be wrong. But yeah, I do really like how they're doing that, because a lot of people have switched from having cable to going to just like, just like online stuff, like subscription services like Hulu, Netflix,
right,
Prime, Disney Plus, all that stuff. So it's nice that they're showing it on their subscription service.
Yeah, so that's probably why we're gonna watch the launch.
Yeah, so if you have nowhere else to watch it and you want to use that first month free trial
of Hulu, go right ahead.
Yeah,
Hulu has a lot to offer, not gonna lie. This is not a little ad like plug-in or anything like that. We love Hulu better than Netflix, and
yeah,
I don't know, I like it better than Netflix.
It depends. There's some shows on Netflix that like I'd prefer, but
yeah, like for me personally, Netflix has Midnight Gospel and Mystery Science Theater, and also Hollywood. So it's just like those three shows are just like specifically for Netflix.
Yeah.
And then like everything else is for Hulu.
Well, they also have some anime, and I mean they just got Avatar: The Last Airbender on there, so.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so like when it comes to more live action shows, I do like Hulu more.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
I found this article that the New York Times did, and the headline is Elon Musk's SpaceX suit is like a tuxedo for the Starship Enterprise. And so it literally just talks about how they got inspiration from the different pop culture references to make the suits. Like, I know from the stuff I listen to that the helmets are 3D printed, so like they automatically connect to the spacecraft and they can talk to each other, they can do it personally. And with the looking at the space suits, you see the resemblance of how it used to look like back in the 50s and 60s. Yeah, well, it's literally just, it's not the suits that they have now is literally just the regular suits, like the stereotypical astronaut suits, but more compressed.
Oh, okay.
So it's more sleeker.
I was about to say, like, they do look like the older suits, but I know they would put on extra stuff when having to go outside the spacecraft to do, like, repairs and things like that, or when they would land to get out. Yeah,
it's literally just that, but it's more sleeker. Which is, like, that's a really fun article if you always want to read it.
And what website's that on?
The New York Times.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's up on Chrome, so if you want to read it. And there's another one, but also from space.com that talks about the spacesuits in particular, about like how it's important and stuff like that. And moving back on to SpaceX, human space flight.
I'm glad you're doing this episode because I cannot read today. I could have sworn that said space light, not space flight. I couldn't see that F at all.
Nice.
I was just like, that's interesting. I wonder what that's about.
And they specify exactly like the different types of rockets that they have on the website, and like what exactly like total launches and what's going to happen. And the rocket that they're going to use for tomorrow is Falcon 9. It is a reusable two-stage rocket designed and manufactured by SpaceX for reliable and safe transport of people and payloads into Earth orbit and beyond. Falcon 9 is the world's first orbital-class reusable rocket. Reusable allows SpaceX to refly the most expensive parts of the rocket, in which turn drives down the cost of space access. And which I've seen on like videos and stuff like that of like them doing the little test runs, and it literally just like takes off then like lands back down perfectly. So it's like really freaking cool. So I can't wait until like we actually get to see it historically.
Yeah.
And the engine that they're using is called Merlin, which I love.
Same.
So because like anybody that's like into like the Knights of the Round Table and King Arthur and stuff like that, then they're gonna get a kick out of that. And specifically like moving on to USA Today with the SpaceX launching its first human crew to space. So this is their first time. That's also another reason why it's historic. For the first time in nearly a decade, American astronauts were launched into space Saturday from American soil. It's a milestone for sure. Potentially more significant, the U.S. space program put this manned launch in the hands of a private company, SpaceX, which is owned by Elon Musk, which developed the vehicle that will carry NASA astronauts Robert Beckham and Doug Hurley into the International Space Station. Which, a little fun, also a little plug, is there's an app called IFTT that will let you, wherever you live, you can get a notification on your phone whenever it flies by.
The space station?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why like you hear my phone go off constantly.
Yeah.
Because it's passing over my house. And so like anybody that has a telescope or anything else like that, like you'll be able to see it. But it flies by real quick.
Yeah.
So you gotta like spot them out. Haley was among the last 4 astronauts to launch from the U.S. soil July 8th, 2011, marking the end of NASA's space shuttle program, which I remember that because I was there right after Atlantis had launched, and they were selling t-shirts about like the Atlantis. And it was funny because Haley has the last name as one of my teachers in 8th grade.
Oh.
So like I was showing my teacher like whenever we got back, like, hey, look, it has your name on it. Not realizing it at the time, but like now I'm not, this is the first time I noticed that. I'm like, man, that was him.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Well, you know what they say though, like if you're the last one, you can probably be the first one. So that's a good like little understudy thing. But yeah, then it goes on like talking about the rocket in general, the different stages it has, because getting a rocket into space applies with different stages, like how the big long test fuel injector lifts off and it takes you into the outer hemispheres, and then like it launches into stage 2, which like gives the rocket that little extra push to get out into space. And then
This is, I'm starting to understand why I was so bad at Kerbal Space Program.
yeah anybody that has played Kerbal Space Program or has never heard about it, I highly recommend playing it because it teaches you about space.
Yeah, I suck at it, and now I'm understanding why I suck at it, because I wasn't doing a lot of the things that are in these real rockets.
Yeah, exactly. Then also it's better to play on the computer because it's more simulated.
Yeah, it was really hard to control on the PlayStation.
Yeah, and you need to actually be an actual rocket scientist to play on the console version. It's just like, jeez. But yeah, no, then like technically the second and the last stage just gives that little boost to go into the space station, and they bring them back down. So yeah, that's a little fun little insight. And then USA Today actually broke it down for us.
Oh, that's a really nice graph.
So yeah, if you lovelies want to,
did it have a top hat? Looks
yeah,
like a top hat.
yeah.
I love that.
But yeah, so if you lovelies want to check it out, it's on USA Today. Just let me look up the article again. SpaceX launching its first human crew to space. Here's everything you need to know. So
I'd imagine these would be pretty much like the top search results if you were to just look up like SpaceX.
Yeah, that's what I just did. Like I just
Or what
did,
do I need to know about SpaceX?
Yeah, like SpaceX launch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but SpaceX hasn't been around for that long. It has been around since 2002.
Oh.
So it's a fairly new company to space, and if you I think apply stocks into it, or like if you join up with the program or something like that, you get like free t-shirts and stuff like that.
Sweet.
Yeah, one of my instructors at my college, he's a part of it, so he tells me all the time, like every single time I see him, he's just like, hey, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? Like total space nerd. That like I got a lot of stuff from the Apollo missions because of him. So, but yeah, that's about it for the launching for tomorrow. If you want to add anything,
You had one more.
no, that's just another.
Information thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's from CNN Business.
I didn't know if you wanted to read from that or anything from that.
Nope.
I just didn't know. I was just kind of like, wait, you're forgetting.
No, that's just like a little extra thing just in case of USA Today or like another website didn't really have that much information for it. Because, you know, you can always be over-prepared for something instead of under-prepared.
Yeah.
That's why I also learned from going to college. It's just like, yeah, especially in the industry business, like media, you gotta be over-prepared. Otherwise, like, you might look stupid.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, do you want to add anything else like that? Like, with the different launches that you've experienced?
I mean, the problem with me is that, like, I'll hear about them, but I don't get super invested.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about them and I want to see them, but, like, because, like, my ADHD, my memory is really bad, so if I'm not, like, if I just hear it in passing conversation, I won't look into it.
See,
but if somebody has to bring it up to me and say, hey, did you know there's a launch coming up? And then that gets me more invested and that makes me want to know when it is. And
yeah, because I would love, ever since, like, I've been going to the Kennedy Space Center, I would love to see a rocket launch.
Same.
That's gonna be like, I want to try to plan next time, like, we go down there to see when the next launch is, specifically just so we can, like, go there and watch it.
Yeah.
But we have to probably eat at the Dairy Queen because it will, like, be loud. And it will be like, you need to stand a certain amount of feet away.
Oh, yeah.
Miles away. You can go to the actual museum and just chill out there and watch it, actually, I think. And, but yeah, do you want to add anything else before we...
Nope.
Yeah, no, this was...
I've seen a couple launches, but yeah. I remember, I think I saw one failed launch. That was a test launch a couple years ago, but
yeah,
it wasn't like that big of a deal. It was the kind of thing where they're like, yeah, this is like our first test launch.
Yeah,
they're like,
testing
they weren't testing out like a whole spaceship itself. They were testing out new technology.
Yeah, I remember one of the Curiosity landed for the first...
Yeah.
And that was freaking amazing because I was in school and everybody was freaking out, just like, oh my goodness, it's landing right now. And so we stopped classes for the day just to watch it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And, like, they actually did, like, a 3D, like, model of, like, yeah, this is what it's going to look like and stuff like that.
That was these advantages of being homeschooled, is I never missed out on anything happening.
Yeah.
Because I was never in school when anything happened. Well, I was technically in school and everything happened, but...
Mm-hmm. And there's me, like, from high school and, like, stuff like that, like, we always was just like, yeah, this is going on. But we're not going to pay attention to that, even though it's historic. We're gonna, like, keep doing our class for the day. And then, like, when we got to college, it was just like, dude, check this out.
Yeah.
We even stopped classes for the day because the eclipse was happening.
Oh, okay, that's a good reason to end it, though, because that's like I mean, we're getting another one in 2024, but still.
Yeah, which is gonna be, like, going total in Dayton, actually.
It's gonna be total in Columbus.
Seriously?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Well, in a suburb of Columbus, in Dublin.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a total eclipse there, so.
Yeah, so either way, we're gonna be experiencing it firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but yeah, I can't. This is gonna be, like, extremely awesome, even though we're just nerding out about it.
Yeah.
To normal person's just like, so.
I know, like, and I know people launch. Who are just kind of like, whatever, it's just another launch, and it's like, it's not just another launch.
It's the final test.
It's history.
It is literally the final test before, to make sure everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Before we can start putting together that technology, figuring out how we're gonna
use Space Force and, like, actually put bases on the moon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Mars, and we create the whole Martian movie. Get Donald Glover also on board with that. Which a lot of people forget that he's on that movie.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of plays he plays, like, kind of an important part.
He plays the important part to figure out how to get him back. But yeah, so that was the episode for today. It was a little quick one, but hey, it's history.
It's better than it being a super long one.
Yeah, no, it's talking about, like, something completely random.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you love this and enjoyed this episode, high five button with you, Tom.
Leave a comment down below.
That is if you are listening to us on YouTube. You can leave a comment down below or leave us a rating, I should say, wherever you're listening to us to. And don't forget to hit that bell.
Ding.
To stay notified for uploading. And also, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And yeah, no matter through these trying times, through these really bad times, love and respect yourself. Also, love and respect others, please. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic day. Oh, out of this world day. Whatever they're listening to this to. Yeah, next time we're working on the cast. Bye.
Bye.